5 minutes ago, without any build-up or warning, VIA BTS shared a single photo from the CELINE event. And in that instant, everything changed. One image, no caption, no explanation. Yet, within minutes, ARMY across the world stopped whatever they were doing. Timelines froze, notifications exploded, and a familiar feeling returned. The feeling that something meaningful had just happened. This wasn't a typical celebrity update. It wasn't promotional in the usual sense. It felt different from the very first second. One photo managed to pull millions of people into the same emotional space at the same time. And that alone says everything about Kim Taehyung's presence. The moment the post went live, reactions flooded in nonstop. Fans refreshed their feeds over and over, not because there was more content coming, but because they were trying to fully absorb what they were seeing. One image somehow felt bigger than the screen it appeared on. It didn't just trend, it took over. Hashtags rose rapidly. Edits appeared within minutes, and fan account began analyzing every detail. Yet even with all that noise, the photo itself remained calm, still, grounded. That contrast is what made this moment so powerful. At the CELINE event, Taehyung wasn't doing anything dramatic. He wasn't performing. He wasn't speaking. He was simply there, standing, looking into the camera with a gaze that felt steady and intentional, while the internet erupted into chaos. He remained composed, almost untouched by the frenzy surrounding him. And that calm, that control, only amplified the impact. Everything about the image felt aligned. The styling was refined but effortless. The atmosphere felt cinematic without being forced. The timing, 5 minutes ago, created a sense of closeness that fans immediately latched onto. It felt like everyone was sharing the same moment in real time, no matter where they were in the world. Different time zones, different languages, same reaction. What made this moment stand out even more was how little he needed to do. There were no words guiding the narrative, no captions explaining intent. And yet, fans understood, because Taehyung has always communicated beyond words, through mood, through presence, through feeling. At the CELINE event itself, insiders noted that all eyes were on him the moment he arrived. Cameras followed his every movement. Fashion editors whispered. Fellow celebrities noticed. Yet Taehyung moved through the space with quiet certainty, never rushing, never reaching for attention. That kind of presence can't be rehearsed. It comes from experience, from growth, from knowing exactly who you are. For ARMY, this moment went far beyond visuals. It unlocked something emotional. Memories of past eras surfaced almost immediately. Fans talked about debut days, early performances, moments where Taehyung's presence alone shifted the atmosphere of the entire fandom. There was nostalgia, but not the kind that feels heavy. It was mixed with pride, a recognition of how far he has come, without losing what made him special in the first place. This wasn't just about fashion or influence. It was about evolution. From a young artist navigating the early days of BTS to standing confidently as a global fashion icon, Taehyung's journey felt visible in that single image. Not loudly, not dramatically, but clearly. Growth didn't announce itself. It simply existed. Many fans described the post as a form of silent communication, a message without words. And that's where the trust comes in. Over the years, a bond is formed between Taehyung and ARMY that doesn't rely on constant updates or explanations. It's built on understanding, on shared history, on the ability to feel rather than be told. That trust was felt again in those first 5 minutes. No one needed context. No one needed clarification. Everyone understood. As time passed, the reaction didn't slow down. It deepened. Media outlets picked up the story. Fashion communities praised his elegance and composure. Even people outside the fandom found themselves drawn in, curious about why one photo had caused such a strong response. And the answer was simple. This kind of impact isn't manufactured. It's earned. Taehyung's influence now extends far beyond music. He shapes mood. He creates atmosphere. He has the ability to make people pause and feel in a world that moves too fast. One image was enough to slow everything down, even if only for a moment. As fans revisited the post, new interpretations emerged. Some saw strength in his stillness. Others noticed vulnerability behind his calm expression. That duality, powerful yet gentle, confident yet introspective, is what makes him so compelling. In an era of endless content, most posts disappear quickly. This one stayed. Fans saved it, used it as wallpapers, created edits, wrote long messages about why it made them feel seen and understood. For many, it felt reassuring. In the middle of waiting, uncertainty, and silence between big moments, seeing Taehyung standing confidently on a global stage reminded fans that everything is still moving forward. Growth doesn't always show up loudly. Sometimes it appears as stability, as composure, as someone standing firmly in their own identity. That realization brought comfort. Discussion slowly shifted from excitement to meaning. What does this moment represent in his journey? Is it a turning point, a quiet statement, or simply a snapshot of where he is right now? Comfortable, assured, and unapologetically himself? There were no clear answers, and that mystery only made the moment more powerful. Taehyung has always left space for interpretation, inviting fans to feel rather than be instructed. And that's why this moment will last. Not because it was dramatic, not because it was loud, but because it was real. As days pass, the Celine moment will quietly take its place among the unforgettable chapters of his story. It won't need constant reminders to stay alive. It will resurface naturally in conversations, in late-night thoughts, in memories that begin with, "Do you remember when we posted that photo?" Those are the moments that endure. Because Taehyung didn't just share an image, he created a feeling. And feelings like that don't fade in 5 minutes. They stay, they grow, they become part of the bond Army carries with them. If a single post can unite millions in emotion without saying a word, then one thing is certain. Whatever comes next will be felt just as deeply, maybe even more, because Taehyung doesn't chase reactions, yet the world always responds. This is why his presence matters. This is why moments like this resonate. And this is why Army will always be watching. Not just to see what he does next, but to feel it. Thank you for watching K-Pop Arakate. If you felt this moment too, make sure to subscribe for more BTS stories, deep dives, and moments that truly matter. This is K-Pop Arakate, and I'll see you in the next video.